Hi. Hi. Hi, I'm Shilpa Rajan. Uh, and today, as you can see in the title, our guest is actor producer Unni Mukundan. He Unni, who predominantly works in Malayalam cinema, has also done a fair share of movies in most of the South Indian languages, and he has completed over a decade in cinema. He will be joining us for a fun conversation. Let me see. Uh, Try to join him, add him. Hello.
Hi Shilpa, hi, good morning.
Hi, good morning. How are you?
I'm very good, Shilpa. How are you? And sorry to keep you waiting. It's been a long time since we wanted to get this done,
Yeah,
but
but
I'm so
glad that you are here.
yeah. Thank you so much. Very happy to
And
be talking to you.
yeah, and thank you for joining us on a Monday morning. Only recently you were, shooting for Shefeekkinte Santhosham,
Yeah,
speaking to us, the director Anu Pandalam, he told us that it is a comedy entertainer, and that he will be exploring your hilarious side in the movie. Though we have seen you, doing comedy, rarely. For instance, we have seen you doing some, physical comedy in Brahmam in a couple of scenes, but we haven't really seen you in a full-length film, doing comedy. So tell us more about your role in the film and what is it all about?
see, generally I don't understand what the whole concept of comedy is because as far as I see it, how I see it is that the characters are doing their thing. It is the audiences that feel it's comic. You see, so I
Hmm.
always felt a lot of things done in the movies are comedy. I mean, in terms of where there's always exaggerated emotions, be it anything, like be it in any emotion that comes across in movies are kind of exaggerated.
Hmm.
Yeah, just going by the genre of the film, I would say that it's not just a comedy film, it's a romantic comedy, it's a family, uh, predominantly a family romantic comedy. Those kind of emotions is what
Hmm.
Shefeekkinte Santhosham is all about. The title suggests that is the happiness of Shafiq, and we come across and what Anup meant might probably be is that I see as friends you loosen up a bit. You are not that rigid in terms where
Hmm.
you like if I'm talking to you in a very formal way. Because it's an
Hmm.
interview and there are a lot of things that I have to think, and I it won't be the same when you are in person, when you talk to your friend and all.
Right.
Maybe he
Hmm.
wants to explore that part of me as an actor, wherein I can be a
Hmm.
bit more at ease. So you need that those kind of situations, those kind of scenes wherein you can just be yourself and not bother about much of it. Because most of the films that maybe I have done or come across as an actor are part which are not very real in terms of maybe
Hmm.
the last outing that I had, Meppadiyan, I think was
Hmm.
the most realistic space of me as an actor, and people really loved it. And
Right.
I that that the success of Meppadiyan genuinely gave me the confidence that the family audiences really want to see me in a certain way, and that those
Hmm.
are the kind of feedback that I got. So yeah, I'm looking forward to the feedbacks for the Shefeekkinte Santhosham.
Right. I was about to ask that, Meppadiyan was a success, in terms of how the audience received it, or, in terms of the box office numbers. So, I remember, we had a conversation about Meppadiyan. I think it was during the onset of pandemic. And, you told me that this is something I desperately want to do because, people have a certain notion of you, because you have a certain physique and all. Has that, sort of changed after, Meppadiyan got released?
that tag you with a lot of things. That see, the audiences are always open. The audiences love an actor for whatever they do. They don't judge an actor. They don't judge the movie in terms of critical spacing. Like you will only find these kind of critical analysis through pages that are discussing films or critics who make a living out of discussing films. So you don't see that those kind of discussion in a very on a regular level with the normal audience. So you tell me how do you perceive me? Would you like to see another Meppadiyan kind of movie or a Shefeekkinte Santhosham or that is what I want to know. Have I created that impression? Have I put in a mark? Because I am very confident that my audiences have loved me, and
Yes,
that is the
definitely.
so, so yeah, I have always see as an actor, I have never doubted myself because if there is any sort of doubt, I will not continue doing anything which I'm not very confident about. So I had to create an opportunity for myself. That is the only thing that maybe all the talks what they do is that they do create an impression about an actor working space. When people think more than twice to cast an actor in a different light. So if you see the casting for Meppadiyan, also I was directly involved in the casting process for Meppadiyan. I really wanted people to feel the characters, and when it comes to even Shefeekkinte Santhosham, you will see uh, daring casting process would be of Bala, the actor. I think he's doing a comic part in the film, and I'm very confident about it. I think I would love to see Shefeekkinte Santhosham not just for the movie that it has come out, but also for Bala, Rahul Madhav, and these are actors who have extreme potential, which has not been discussed, not been exploited. Because if you
Explode,
even
yes.
if you talk about Rahul Madhav, I think we started together, and he's a man of full of talents. He's like extremely talented. Just comes across as too manly. You see on screen most of the characters, and then so what happens is that all the way the Malayalam industry has functioned over the last 5 years, it has survived itself doing a lot of realistic cinema. So what happens? Actors who have always come across as more commercial in terms of their appearances or choices of films that they have done over the last 10 years, they have somehow been sidelined. You see, though it is then it's not just about the talent or what they bring into the table. It's just that a new breed of actors came in and who are doing that kind of cinema that Malayalam cinema is bringing out today. It's all very good. What I'm trying to say is that, but I just felt that there's a lot of unwanted comparison that took place, and it just gave away a lot of work which could have been done by actors who have more potential. So yeah, I've put in those effort, and I'm very sure. I'm very sure because this is the second production from Unni Mukundan Films, and I want to do a lot of kind of cinema which was not offered to me, or maybe people were not very confident about it. But the major concern for me was that I don't want to limit myself as an actor, even as a producer as well. So it'll always be very different, and I know people expected a lot of action movies out of me. Maybe possibly when I announced. But it is, see, I enjoy all sort of cinema. I enjoy all sort of cinema, and as an actor, I think I should be allowed to do every kind of movie, irrespective of whether anybody thinks if I can pull it off or not. Anybody, see, this is not just about me. I can only talk about myself. It goes with
Right.
other actors. People have been termed in a XYZ manner. So yeah, I think we are very open to it, and we are confident about Shefeekkinte Santhosham and all the other movies that will come out of Unni Mukundan films. There will be a lot of interest.
Also, only has the success of Meppadiyan, sort of helped you to, push the envelope, experiment with different genres, and like you said, not getting stereotyped as a, certain as an actor who can only do a certain kind of characters.
No, all that has been dusted and thrown out of the bucket. It has been all done because with Meppadiyan everything has been settled. I don't think I'll have to answer this question anymore because the audiences have See, um, the kind of feedback that Meppadiyan received, even after the digital, what do you say, digital
Premiere.
for no, it's I'm saying about the
Stream.
feedback that came in the
Mm, mm.
let me the attack kind of thing. What was it? I mean,
Oh, oh.
all the all the wrong. The movie never had those kind of agenda or anything of that. It's just that
Yeah, absolutely. Huh.
it was extremely it was an extreme poor way of portraying the
Unfortunate
movie.
thing.
Which, yeah, unfortunate, but still the movie survived, and that's the whole of it. I mean, I'm very happy that the audiences has loved it. The family audiences loved it. The youth loved it, and the critics who actually speak about how a movie should be, and they have come across in a very detailed manner. It's not just a one-line statement from Meppadiyan that it's a good movie or it's a
Hmm.
decent watch. No, it's not like that. If you go across and find the reviews that came from Meppadiyan, I think it has been fantastic, and I'm very happy about it. And just it has just given me the confidence to move ahead and do all kinds of cinema. And Shefeekkinte Santhosham happens to be that one more step that I've taken in that area.
Hmm. And I absolutely loved the the kind of chemistry you had with your on-screen mother in Meppadiyan. Though it was there were only a couple of scenes, we could feel that you are like real mother and son. That kind of bond was there. So moving on, one of your most anticipated upcoming movies is with Jitu Joseph and Mohanlal. 12th Man is releasing this week. What can you tell us about the your role and the film?
So it's primarily Jitu Joseph Mohanlal sir movie, and I'm glad that I could be a part of it. Um, Being a thriller, I cannot talk much about it, but I don't think this movie needs any more promotion, because the team that has done Drishyam 1, Drishyam 2, and people are anticipating a very good thriller, and I really hope that it satisfies their demand. So yeah, like all, I am also looking forward to hear and see what the movie is about. I have been, I wanted to be a part of a good team, and I
Hmm.
think yeah, I think I have done justice to the part, and yeah, I'm also looking forward to it. It has got a great star cast. Had the opportunity to work with some really talented young actors. So yeah, I'm very looking forward to it.
Yeah, so you can't really say who the 12th man is.
Uh, no, I don't think I don't want to spoil the fun.
Okay, all right. Also, Unni, another project you have in the pipeline is with Samantha. You have, I think you have filmed for Yashoda. What can you tell us? Tell us about
Yeah.
how was it working with her?
Yeah, the movie that I've just finished is Yashoda with Samantha. I think she's a very talented actress, and it was an honor to work with her. She has done some really good work. The Family Man was
Hmm.
one recent thing that I saw, and totally impressed. And she's very hardworking. And the movie has her doing a lot of action, and not very easy for. Like when you do a certain kind of action, it does take a toll on you, but she was very committed, and I saw it upfront. And even for me, it is a very meaty role, and I really hope that it satisfies the audiences. Yeah.
It's a bilingual movie, right?
Yeah, it's coming out as bilingual. A lot of I think it's coming out in all languages. I mean,
Oh.
cinema these days, I have like they don't have the language concern, so I think it's all there.
Yeah, right. Absolutely. Also, only you are a producer now, and your first movie was a big success. I want to know, are there any kind of challenges when you are producing a movie in which you are also acting, or is it like is there any advantage as such?
No, there are no disadvantages. I'm a control freak, and I really enjoy this space. I think this is where, if the movie has improved, I think I have to take a lot of credit for that, because it has been a lot of effort. It has been tough, but
Hmm.
this is what I enjoy being in power. Yeah.
Yeah. No, but does that, give you some more space as an actor, when you are also producing?
See, when you're stress free, when you know that the movie is going in the right direction, it eventually kind of helps you to perform as well. Is what I felt. I'm talking about on my behalf, on my as per my experiences. I feel that it's not just me acting well. The movie in totality has to look good, has to feel good. So someone has to take the opportunity. And when with me, when I did my production part, I think I was tremendously involved in the entire process of the filmmaking, and it did give me a very calm space wherein I can also focus on my acting part. And I had a see, you don't do it all alone. Though when you say it's my production, you don't do it all alone. If you have a team which is equally passionate, that I had was equally passionately involved the way I was involved and way I so you have a certain expectation from your team, right? And they really did their part well. So yeah.
So recently we saw a lot of Malayalam actors, one of your colleague and co-star Prithviraj coming to, stepping into filmmaking. Laletan is making, working on his maiden project. Do you have plans for directing a film?
Yeah, I will be directing my film, and that is what I really
Oh,
wanted to do. I'm creating a space for myself wherein I can work in a certain way, because there is a certain kind of energy that I carry, and I have to get that kind of spacing for myself. And yeah, I will be doing a lot of things. So I'm very excited about
so
what I.
have you? Hmm.
Yeah, there are things are happening. Yeah. Not too early for me to
uh,
talk about. Yeah, very much. I won't hold it for a longer time. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. And we all are waiting to watch, after the kind of response Meppadiyan has got. So, Unni, you are also a fitness enthusiast, and be it for a movie, so the characters you play, you have to, either gain weight or lose some. So, as a fitness enthusiast, do you have, some tips that you religiously follow, you swear by?
Uh, See, I've not been someone who has not shared the fitness tips with my friends or family. I tend to propagate the idea of a good lifestyle. What I follow is what I don't. I consider good food as a luxury. You see, that is one thing. Like if you have a good meal, I kind of keep it. I like to keep it as a luxury. Mostly my food habits for a normal day would be dal roti. I mean, like I like to keep it very simple on a very normal day. So all all that I get to eat like as a cuisine, like a good cuisine. I like to keep it as a luxury. What happens is when luxury becomes a normalcy, it tends to affect you. So like imagine if you have an ice cream, or if you have a biryani. I like to keep it as a luxury. I don't like to do it on a everyday basis. Even though it tastes good, even if I have the resources, I try not to indulge. So it kind of you can enjoy the food as well. So what you eat shows on your face and shows on your body. So
Right.
that's the basic I do. So yeah.
Yeah. Also, Uni, you have signed, I think, a couple of films with Jairaj, national award-winning
Yeah.
filmmaker.
Yeah, I finished two movies
So,
of Kerala. I think that was the best that I did. I mean, I'm also gonna do another film. I think another maybe this month end I'm gonna join him. So I
third
just
movie
feel
with
that
Jairaj,
I already completed two films with Jairaj sir. And this is going to be my
and
third.
you're going to third. Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
So I have to say that it's he's a genius. I mean, I don't have to. Nobody needs my certification for that. But
Yeah.
uh, on a personal level, I feel he's a genius, man. And working with him has really helped me to function in a tremendously good way for my own production, Shefeekkinte Santhosham, because
Hmm.
I worked with him and I saw how things happen and how filmmaking is, and that really reflected on my working pattern with Shefeekkinte Santhosham. And I would be doing a lot more films with him because I really want to learn. I think it's a great space for an actor, like to learn and
Hmm.
and perform. It's not easy. Sometimes you can just perform and you don't learn. You can learn only after the final out is there, and you need to, and you can sit and analyze. Okay, this could have been better. That's where the learning happens. But this is something very different, very immediate, And yeah, so it was great. It was great. I should have. That's what the sad part is. I sometimes feel that this should have happened like 7 years, 8 years earlier.
Way earlier.
Wherein I could have learned so much better much earlier. So there's no point in learning things when you're 60. You got to learn it when you're young, and you can afford to take those mistakes. You can afford to take those big risks and come back, so that age is on your side. Not that I'm saying that I'm any older, but just the fact that these things could have been like really, really better, because I feel the change. That's important. So it
Yeah,
was, yeah,
but you
not
have
very.
already hmm, already given so much interesting movies, and I don't know if this might come as a surprise to me, but my all-time favorite film of yours is Talsamaya Oru Penkutti. I don't know, you wear this fresh air. Somehow that still reminds, even after watching Meppadiyan, still is an amazing film, but that remains, to be one of my favorite.
Thank you so much. Thank you. That is very kind of you. Thank you.
Also, Unni, before we wrap up, a lot of your fans have, messaged and, dropped the comments. മലയാളത്തിൽ പറഞ്ഞൂടെ ജാടയാണോ എന്നൊക്കെ ചോദിക്കുന്നു. We were trying to, since this is a platform where all kinds of people are, joining. So since that's why നമ്മൾ മലയാളത്തിൽ വെച്ചിരുന്നത്. So ഉണ്ണി, ചോദിക്കുന്ന ചോദ്യങ്ങളില് ബ്രൂസ്ലി വെയിറ്റിംഗ് ആണെന്ന് പറയുന്നു. The movie with Vaishak and Uday Krishna.
See, first of all, please don't explain to yourself and your stand to anybody online, because people are matured enough to understand what we are doing and why we are talking in a certain any language they want. But that is not the concern here. The concern is whether what channel are we in and why we are
Yeah,
doing it.
right.
Please don't do that. But yeah, നമുക്ക് ബ്രൂസ്ലി എന്ന സിനിമ, വൈശാഖന്റെ സിനിമ ഡെഫിനറ്റ്ലി വരാൻ പോവുകയാണ്. കുറച്ച് സിനിമകൾ അതിന് മുന്നേ ചെയ്യണമെന്നുണ്ടായിരുന്നു, അത് ഫിനിഷ് ചെയ്തുകൊണ്ടിരിക്കുകയാണ്. ആൻഡ് ഡെഫിനറ്റ്ലി ആക്ഷൻ സിനിമകളാണ് എനിക്കിഷ്ടം. ആക്ഷൻ സിനിമ ചെയ്തിരിക്കും. അതിന് മുന്നേ നമുക്ക് ചെയ്യാൻ ആഗ്രഹമുള്ള ആക്ഷൻ അല്ലാതെ കുറെ നല്ല സിനിമകളുണ്ട്. സോ അതൊക്കെ ചെയ്തുകൊണ്ടിരിക്കുകയാണ്. ഡെഫിനറ്റ്ലി നിങ്ങളുടെ സപ്പോർട്ടും നിങ്ങളുടെ പ്രോത്സാഹനം ഉണ്ടായിരിക്കണം. ഇമീഡിയറ്റ് ആയിട്ട് റിലീസ് ആകാൻ പോകുന്ന സിനിമ UMFന്റെയും എന്റെയും, ഐ തിങ്ക് എന്റെ സോളോ സിനിമയായിട്ട് വരുന്നത് ഷഫീഖിന്റെ സന്തോഷമാണ്. പിന്നെ 12th മാൻ എന്ന സിനിമ ലാൽ സാറിന്റെ ഒപ്പം ചെയ്തിട്ടുണ്ട്, അത് റിലീസ് ആവാൻ പോവുകയാണ്. അപ്പൊ നിങ്ങൾ എല്ലാ സിനിമകളും കാണണം. ജയരാജ് സാറിന്റെ സിനിമകൾ ചെയ്തിട്ടുണ്ട്, തെലുങ്കിലെ 1-2 സിനിമകൾ ചെയ്തിട്ടുണ്ട്. സോ ജസ്റ്റ് ഞാൻ പറഞ്ഞില്ലേ ഈ പിന്നെ എന്റെ ഏറ്റവും ഐ തിങ്ക് സംതിങ് വെരി ഇൻട്രസ്റ്റിംഗ് വിച്ച് ഐ തിങ്ക് ബോത്ത് ഓഫ് us missed out is a സലീം അഹമ്മദ് മൂവി. സലീം അഹമ്മദ് ചേട്ടൻ ഒരു പടം പ്രൊഡ്യൂസ് ചെയ്തിട്ടുണ്ട്. അരുൺ ബോസ് ആണ് അതിന്റെ ഡയറക്ടർ. ആൻഡ് ഇറ്റ്സ് എ വെരി ഇൻട്രസ്റ്റിംഗ് പാർട്ട്. ഐ മീൻ something I'm really looking forward to, and I want to hear like how people felt about it and all. So it's going to be a breezy love story, what I felt to be. So yeah, ഇത്തരം സിനിമകളുണ്ട്. എല്ലാവർക്കും ഇഷ്ടപ്പെടും എന്ന് വിചാരിക്കുന്നു.
Yeah. So before we wrap up, we are going to this rapid fire session. You know the drill. You have to answer quickly. So for the questions, I just Googled your name, and I also picked a couple of questions that popped up. And surprisingly, the first question is Unni Mukundan getting married?
I think Google has all the answers. If they can come up with the question, they can also have the answer.
All right, all right. What is Unni Mukundan's age?
I will be turning 35 this September.
Who is Unni Mukundan's sister?
Kartika. I have no doubts about it.
So, a co-star on whom you had a crush?
I've crushed on many co-stars.
All right. Can you give us a name? A couple of maybe.
Yeah, I liked Anushka. I liked Anu. I liked. I mean, see, you work with all these pretty women who are like very talented and perform well, and so it's not like, it's more like a crush. It's rather, I would say, there's a lot of admiration that comes in with the kind of work they put in. It's because when you people discuss about the area of work for engineering, they only consider or see the glamour part they put in. I mean, of course, the fact that all the actors are very beautiful, but you cannot take away the fact that it's a very demanding job. Uh,
Yeah.
Being scrutinized almost every time, being judged almost every time, and to be in an industry which is male dominated. You understand?
Hmm. Hmm.
You do a film and then 90% of the reviews revolve around the male actors. That's a fact. See, you cannot deny that. Not
Yeah.
that there is no balance in it, but
Thank you for saying
that's
that,
there.
Unni.
Sorry.
Thank you for saying that. Many people do not acknowledge that.
See, but
Especially
that's
men.
not something. That's not something that I be ashamed of. It is how it is. But
Hmm.
the fact that it's tough, and so you end up with a lot of admiration for these women,
Hmm.
for who they are. So crush will not be the exact word. I have a lot of admiration for the effort they put in. So yeah,
Right.
I would rather keep it that way. That's why the numbers are high.
Hmm. Fair enough. A character in a movie, you would like to play some character you have seen,
That
a
the
fictional
other
character.
that I want to do. Some
Yeah.
There are so many. Again, if in Malayalam, to be very precise, I would like to do something very historical in terms of that brings back the memories of the good times that we have had, or some personalities, anything. I mean, I enjoy history a lot these days. It has always been like that. See, you always like to go back to your roots.
Hmm.
There's a homecoming thing that comes in. So when you grow up, you always have this tendency to look back and see where you have come from. So in that case, history like kind of excites me, and that also as a filmmaker, you have the freedom to explore and bring back stories, much more entertaining and engaging stories. That we have nuclear
Hmm.
stories. We have, we have
Hmm.
stories about individuals. I rather like stories about families and communities and events and things that have happened on a bigger scale. So yeah,
Hmm. Also, is there a movie you couldn't do or you turned down and which went on to become a blockbuster?
there are many, but I think one that was discussed with me and it didn't happen was Angamali Diaries. Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah,
Wow.
but there's a very interesting story about Angamali Diaries. I'll tell you. So
Hmm.
I'll make it very quick. There was this bunch of guys who came and narrated a story to me. So there was this very
Hmm.
handsome guy in that, and I asked this fellow like, why are you narrating this story to me when you have a very handsome guy in your team? Why don't you make a film with
Hmm.
him? So they
Hmm.
just went ahead and yeah, that was the episode that happened. And then a couple of years later, when uh, Angamali Diaries was narrated to me, and I was supposed to do the film, and then somehow it didn't happen for XYZ reason. And I see
Hmm.
the poster of this film with this young man as the lead. It
Oh,
was
Pepe.
yeah, and
Hmm.
Pepe, yeah. So Pepe was one of the guys that who came along and so there was this spark. See, it was for him, and I'm very happy for him that he did it really well.
Hmm.
Yeah, something very similar happened to me with Mallu Singh. You see, it was
Hmm.
for Prithvi, and for some reason it didn't happen, and I was a nobody, and I came, and the movie was a hit. So
Wow.
when things appeared in front of me, I was like, kind of, yeah, this is how it is. So yeah,
Hmm.
it was a very fond memory that I carry about. Yeah, he's a dear friend of mine.
Wow. Hmm. So, Unni, if a biopic is made on you, what would the title be?
Incomplete. Right now, if you do it, it's
Incomplete.
incomplete.
Okay. Okay.
There's a long way to
Hmm.
go for a biopic. Yeah.
Hmm. If you weren't been become a actor, what would have been your career choice?
I would have joined the forces somewhere, maybe in the police or the army. Nothing. I don't even relate to. Maybe some sort of sports, but considering what I think and how I like my life to be, I think it has to be some edge of the seat thriller. So yeah,
Hmm.
guns and barrels.
And absolutely suits you.
Thank you. I have a lot of
So
admiration
there.
for this. I have to say that I have a lot of
Yeah.
admiration for this man, because you do a lot of things in life, but giving up on your life for the nation is the
Yeah.
is the act of utmost bravery and honor. And I will always stand by for the people who stand by the nation. Nothing comes close to me. You cannot be a hero if you don't give up your life for the country. I'm an actor. The word hero suits for this man. You cannot call me a hero, because that's a different word altogether. Yeah, I can only be a
I'm
good
getting
actor.
goosebumps already.
I know. See, these are facts. These are
Mm.
facts that one has to appreciate.
Right.
And I feel very saddened when some section of the society come out and question these gentlemen.
Mm.
They don't do it. So I find it very sad. That's the only sad part I feel. But yeah, but I would have if given opportunity, I can do it. Yeah.
Yeah, beautiful. Also, there's a lot of debate going around, and are you a Friends fan or a Office fan?
So I don't watch these stuff. Sorry, I'm a very
Haven't seen.
90s kid, and I had no cable back then, and so I just I have never been into TV, phones, and all. It is just these stuff. Even the OTT stuff is very new to me, and I'm still not very accustomed with the idea of sitting in front. Yeah, I totally go in with the times. Things have changed, but no, not a big fan of any of the events. I've brought up in front of watching Ramayana and all, so can't help. That entertains me.
It's absolutely okay.
Yeah.
If you could switch places with one actor, it could be anybody. Who would it be and why?
You I that's not how I think. So I think maybe if I want to be in some other era, I don't want to switch places in the same era. If I were in some other era, some other generation, I think it would have been. I like the work that I've done. Any actor, right? Any field. Yeah, I love the work of Al Pacino. Maybe it would have been great
Hmm.
if something of that sort happened to me. So yeah, that's something that a lot of good work. Yeah,
Yeah.
and exciting work. Yeah.
Hmm.
Clint Eastwood, I love Clint Eastwood.
Fabulous.
Yeah, I love Sylvester Stallone. He kind of liked my comment once, and it was just so I understand how it feels for people who love me, and maybe if I put in a reply to their comment, I understand how it works with them as well.
Okay. I think there was some network issue. I think it's from your part.
Okay,
Uh,
I'll take.
Hi.
Yeah, we are. Yeah, I heard what you said.
Yeah. So, thank you so much, Unni, for
Yeah,
joining.
thank you
Thank you
so much.
so much for spending your Monday morning with us. All the
I had
best
a
for
great
your
time talking to
upcoming
you.
projects and take
Yeah,
care.
thank you so much. Thank you for having me on ET. Thank you so much. Thank you. Bye bye. I'll take it.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Bye.
bye bye.